All right, so day 3 of the LSAT vlog. Uh, I In my last video we talked about the score that I had originally gotten on my blueprint LSAT practice test, which was 150, and it turned out that now it says 138. I have no explanation as to why that is. Uh, I can't come up with anything. Um, It says 138 now. It said 150 then. I wish I had taken a screenshot, but I mean, it sat there in my the Google Chrome tabs. I had it sitting there for 6 months maybe, and it said 150. I wanted to keep that there so that I knew how to get back access to the blueprint stuff. Anyhow, I don't know if the curve changed. Maybe more people took it and they did better, and I've got even more. Anyway, whatever the case, now today's day 3. Yesterday, let me turn the phone. Yesterday, I did the logical reasoning, intro to logical reasoning, and just zoom in a little bit on that. Did those videos. There were a couple of videos there, or there was a single video there, and I took notes on the video. Let's see if we get that going here. Intro to logical reasoning notes. I did find one thing that was interesting in the video. You can see number 1 there. I guess that would be 1B, 3, 1A. Valid and invalid arguments. Now, I recently took a course in philosophy and logical reasoning, and this statement that was made in the video, if and only if, regarding valid arguments, seemed to be incorrect to me. I'm going to actually ask the tutor that I get when I've got a list of questions that I'm going to ask the tutor when I do that. And so anyway, got a couple of questions going here for them. One of those questions is, during the discussion about valid arguments, Maron stated that an argument is valid if and only if the conclusion follows logically from the stated premises, assuming that those premises are true. However, it's my understanding that an argument can be valid even if the premises are untrue, so long as the conclusion follows logically. And I'm pretty sure I'm not mistaken on that. So hopefully they'll fix that, just because you can have argument even though your premises might not be true, such as global warming, for instance. Global warming states that hydrocarbons in the atmosphere retains the sun's heat, thereby increasing the rate of heat in the atmosphere. Right? So your initial premise is this: hydrocarbons from fossil fuels are producing. I'm sorry. Let's make a syllogism. So, and we would state that the hydrocarbons in the atmosphere are causing global warming, and then that would be premise 1. Premise 2 would be hydrocarbons are produced largely from the burning of fossil fuels, and then your conclusion would be that therefore we need to reduce the use of fossil fuels in order to reduce global warming. That is a valid argument, even though it may not be true that hydrocarbons are the main cause of global warming, or it may not even be true that the Earth is warming up. We may be in a warming cycle. We may have more solar energy coming from the sun at this point. It may just be the sheer fact that there's more people. I did a study on just that, the fact that there's 8 billion people producing this energy, body heat. If you go to major stadiums, you don't see them having a heating system, because if they have a roof, or malls are even a better example. Malls don't have heating systems in the main halls. For the most part, the body energy of people will warm the space. So that is an example of an argument that's valid, but which may have untrue premises. So anyway, I wasn't too happy about finding that or this early on. One of the very first things that came up on LSATMax. So I will kind of discuss that with them a little bit and just see. Next thing that we did was to go through these cards. You got to identify question types. So brief. Well, you don't need to take the course from me, but I could go through briefly what they were saying. You first identify the question type, and then you convert it to true versus false, which is very, very cool. Here's the cards that they have. They're very intuitive. You just take the question, you flip the card, and see whether you got it right, and then you mark right or wrong, and then they keep track of it down here, so you can review your incorrect questions and get them right. So today my plan is to continue reviewing those cards and continue reviewing my practice test to get an idea of what things I did wrong on the test that I took and carry on. I have my schedule here. Let's see what the schedule for August test says would be next for today. So today I would be on day 3, and that would mean I would do intro to games and sequencing games. So I gotta find out how much time I need for those. Anyway, so relatively happy with the LSATMax course at this point. I did find a kind of flawed information. They may have just meant something different, so I'll find out when I ask the tutor whether I'm just whistling Dixie here or whether they're correct. And thanks for watching. And I did have a question yesterday about Blueprint. Blueprints, I think that Blueprint's videos are probably a little better. So far, what I have found in the LSATMax's videos are just, Mayron going through like an educational course, which is fine for me. I learn well that way. Apparently, Blueprint for LSAT's course videos are better. They have graphics and animations and things like that that help you learn. So if that's important to you, then Blueprint might be a really good choice. Again, I chose LSATMax really because they have the 50% military discount. And also, one important thing, this came up when I answered the question yesterday, that when I talked to Blueprint, I didn't find their staff to be as knowledgeable or engaging. I found the LSATMax to have, from my perspective, their staff were better communicators. They seem to be more knowledgeable. They may not be, but that's what it seemed like to me. And it also seemed like LSATMax is more of a startup business, which I like more. You have a less chance of getting lost in the crowd if you're dealing with a new business, because every customer really makes a lot of difference. And I feel like these guys, even if they have some flawed reasoning here or there, these guys are, I believe, going to fix those things. I believe they would take feedback. And so we'll see if I'm right. And so that's one of the reasons I think LSATMax was a good choice for me, because I like dealing with smaller businesses. Again, you feel less like you're just a number. You feel more like you're a very important part of their business. So that's my day 2 summary on the beginning of my day 3. And I look forward to any comments you might have and direction as to what you think I might do better or things that could help me or others prepare for the LSAT, and I will carry on here. See you tomorrow.